Live. What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to this edition of Tea with Tallulah. Of course, it is Wednesday instead of Tuesday. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to check to make sure that we are all good to go live. And while I'm doing that, Tallulah, how are you today?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. I'm in a particularly good mood today because we are going to open up the phone lines. Yes, there we are. So we are going to open up the phone lines. You know what's interesting, Tallulah? One thing that I have just figured out is that I have not told you what we are discussing today.
I was just thinking, I can't see you either.
No, you can't see me, but you can certainly hear me. The reason why you can't see me is because I want to make sure that everybody can see you. I could put us both on the screen, but then you would not be the marquee. So I guess you'll have to deal with my disembodied voice. Today we are going to discuss why and how social media destroys relationships. A lot of relationships are started by and ended because of social media. So give me your opening salvo on, because this is the one thing that really impressed me about you is that we have the same views on social media. You and I both believe that if you're displaying certain things on social media, then you are not fit for a relationship. So tell me in your own words why you feel that social media is bad for and or could destroy relationships.
Many reasons. I think that especially for women, they shouldn't have social media unless it is for a really valid reason. Like if they have, if it's for their work or what have you. But it's basically, in one of my videos, I explained it as, if you are posting pictures of yourself on social media, and I'm not only talking about bikini photos here, I'm talking about just photos wearing a nice pair of jeans, or being with your girlfriends, or plates of nice places that you're eating. It is all for validation. And if you're with someone, especially if you're with a high value guy that you love and respect and adore, you don't need that coming in from anything else, because you don't want it coming in from anywhere else apart from him. So that's the first thing, where I would say it's almost as if the guy is walking out onto the street and saying, look how much money I have.
Yes.
Look how much money I have, and who wants to go on a date? It's exactly the same thing as a woman having social media and posting anything on there.
Yeah. To me, Tallulah, a woman who has that kind of social media, and I'm glad you made the distinction. It's not just scantily clad bikini pictures. And there are some women who they have social media, they've got a boyfriend and they've got social media, but they don't put up scantily clad bikini pictures. No. Instead, they will put up pictures that how can I put this, that sort of flaunt their outsides, right? Okay, so they're not in a bikini, but you can still see cleavage. You can still see they have on a really nice tight pair of jeans. What you just described on the guy side is advertising. When women are on social media, Tallulah, they are quite literally advertising themselves to the world. And a funny thing happens when you advertise, Tallulah, you get customers. And when the way I describe it is this, and I want to get your take on this, because I think that you and I will certainly agree with this. When you have social media as a woman and you're advertising your assets, what you are essentially doing is so the boyfriend, the guy she's in a relationship with, he is the house, right? And the girlfriend has leased the house. Okay, so she leased the house and all this other kind of, or the boyfriend is leasing the house, but the girlfriend still has the for lease sign. So, hey, right now someone's leasing my place for a year, but if I get a better offer, here's the sign out in the yard in case somebody comes through with a better offer. Do you agree or disagree with that assessment?
That's exactly, you couldn't have put it better.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
That's what I thought. And girls disingenuously say, well, and it's so funny because girls always make up a 1,000 different reasons as to why they could or should have social media and why they absolutely, well, how am I going to keep up with my family? How am I going to I have a business on social media and this and that and the other. And let's be honest, Tallulah, most businesses of modern women has to do with sex. OnlyFans, quote unquote, Instagram modeling. They're asking for Cash App. These are things that women should avoid in terms of advertising themselves. So why is it that you think that women don't want to give up social media? Why do you think they come up with so many different quote unquote reasons as to why? Well, if he can't handle me with social media, then he is insecure and he's toxic and controlling.
Yeah, I don't think they actually consciously understand that it's, that you don't do that. But when, say, for example, someone like yourself or me explains it to them, maybe then they'll understand. But because everyone has got social media, everyone's got Instagram, everyone's got Facebooks and all of these things, they think that it's okay and it's acceptable.
Right.
And because there's other guys out there, for example, allowing their girlfriends to have social media in the first place, she's going to get pushback from all her girlfriends that their boyfriends are fine with it. And they're going to say, oh, he's insecure, he's an asshole, all of these things. The reality of it, it's just a guy who has healthy boundaries, who says, actually, we're together. It's not even about her going off and doing anything. Half the time with guys, please tell me if I'm wrong, it's just about they don't want other guys coming in and messaging her.
Yeah.
Which they will if she has Instagram.
Yes.
And it's a very, very subconscious thing for a woman knowing, is this the best person I can get?
Right.
And if you watch, you will always know when a girl is not with their partner anymore.
Okay.
Because the photos start to change.
Yes.
And become more frequent, and they might not be bikini pictures all the time. Most of the time they are, but
sure. Right.
They become more frequent and in different locations and usually on their own.
Okay.
That's what I've noticed anyway.
Gotcha. It's interesting. A lot of these Instagram models, Tallulah, a lot of Instagram models are in relationships, but you would never ever know that they are in relationships because their boyfriends are never in the photos. The guy who was on area code 732, we've tried several times to find out who you are. If you don't say anything, if we can't find out who you are and where you're calling from, I'm not putting you on. So drop off, call back, whatever the case may be, but I'm not dealing with that nonsense. So you need to call back, and when my call screener asks you who you are and where you're from, you need to answer, otherwise you're not getting on. Why do you think that women who are Instagram models never have pictures of their boyfriends on their IG? I think it's very interesting.
I think it's really, really obvious is because they know that the moment that they post a picture of the boyfriend, they won't get as many messages from guys. Guys will start to unfollow them as well.
Oh,
for women,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I did not know. I didn't realize that. So so you're telling me, and I'm actually just now I'm just now figuring this out. So in a woman's mind, if their followers know they have a boyfriend, that makes them less appealing to follow, I guess, because, she's got a boyfriend. So there's really not that they ever thought that they had a chance in the first place, but I guess it's sort of like the dream, like, hey, I have a chance if she's responding to me. Is that kind of what it is?
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that. She knows that. Wow. Shout out to JJ with the $10 super chat. I appreciate that. Lord Help says, Donovan the Destroyer. Okay, maybe Donovan the Destroyer of Dreams. Palladium says, good morning, Don. SG Fernandez has dropped in to leave a like, and good luck with the show. Appreciate that. JJ says, nice surprise, no notification. Yeah, I don't get notifications. Ahmad Rager says, straight dive to the content. I see Donovan is not playing. Yeah, these are some of my how can I put this, non-orthodox shows where instead of long stroking you like the lead attorney, I tend to stay away from that stuff. Average Man Unplugged says, Donovan, you got to break down the last 2 episodes of Fresh and Fit, and last night's episode was gold and opened misandrous women on there. Yes, at 4:30 Eastern. This afternoon, 4:30 Eastern, I will be breaking down the first of the other 2 Fresh and Fits. Do not trust and believe. I'm definitely going to be breaking those down, so you guys have nothing. You guys have nothing to worry about. Okay, so it looks like we've figured out who area code 732 is. Area code 732. So this is going to be Kevin in Brooklyn. Kevin in Brooklyn, you are on live. You are on live with Donovan and Tallulah. What you got for me?
Yeah, dude, I was just, I was hearing what you were saying about the social media stuff. And man, you know, I really do believe that social media has ruined relationships 100% because it gives all these girls access and to basically the stimulus that, you know, turns them into whores. It's basically just a poison drip because all they have to do is, I'm sure people just go on and, you know, they come on there with the best of intentions. And before you know it, they start posting thirst traps, and you know they see the attention that they get, and they just become addicted to it.
Wow.
Like case in point, this one girl who's I think either married or I know she has a kid with this guy. She does not respect him.
Oh boy.
And I'm literally trying to hook up with her right now. All she does is post thirst traps.
So you know that so you actually know she has a boyfriend, or she knows she has a boyfriend or a baby daddy, and but the only reason why you're trying to hook up with her is because she's posting thirst trap pictures, right?
All she does is just post pictures of her tits and ass.
This is great. This is absolutely great. Now, let me ask you this, Kevin. Does she post pictures of her boyfriend or whoever her baby daddy is, or is it just TNA?
Maybe once or twice a month, if that.
Oh, wow. And how close are you to actually hooking up with her? Like, do you have a fighting chance with her, or is she just kind of curbing you at this point?
I would say it's 50-50. I would say
okay.
Some girls, well, my theory is some of them just like the attention, and maybe they just like the attention more than that. That's another theory I have. I have all these other leads, so I'm not necessarily worried about that.
Okay.
But yeah, like this one girl, another girl, for example, she's actually on speaking arrangements. This one girl from my high school that I went to.
Okay.
Total bitch in high school.
Yeah. Now she's prostituting herself out under the guise of seeking arrangements, right?
Yeah, basically, because all she does is post travel pics, bikini pics from all over the world. Mostly Miami, Vegas. Just waiting on her to get to Dubai, so I know she's been shit on by a couple of bands.
Oh my god! Yeah, we know all about Dubai.
I found her on speaking arrangements, and you know, I posed as a millionaire on there and just fuck all these girls.
Yeah.
So I screenshot her profile and sent it to everybody from the town I lived in.
Oh wow! Kevin in Brooklyn, man.
A revenge story.
Yeah, I was gonna say a little bit of revenge. Let me ask you something, Kevin. Tallulah just pointed out that the reason why girls don't post pictures of their significant others, boyfriends, husbands, baby daddies, whatever the case may be, is because is that these girls know that they won't get as many followers or as many opportunities with men. So you, someone who you know makes these girls sort of pay for your attention in that regard, is that true? Like if you see a really good looking girl on Instagram, bikini pics, booty pics, you know, boob pics, whatever the case may be, but she has a boyfriend, does that mean you're going to be less likely to slide into her DMs, or does it not matter to you?
You know, I normally don't do the whole sliding into the whole DM thing, but you know, hypothetically, if I were, 100%. Because I'd look at it from an ROI perspective. Maybe I'd like make a little comment here or there and just open the dialogue that way. But yeah, from an ROI perspective, it just wouldn't make sense. But then again, hot girls are usually always getting dicked down by somebody.
Yes, they are. Tallulah, anything to add to what Kevin in Brooklyn just said?
Yeah, I mean, it's just open invitations, and
Yes.
when there is a partner, it's really interesting hearing what Kevin said there,
Mm-hmm.
where he was saying if they've got a partner, then he will just sort of leave the odd comment. So he's still like, imagine being a partner, he's still going in, he's still approaching her. That's the thing.
Yeah, putting out the bait.
He's still putting it out there, so it's as if it's just like an open store.
Yes, an open store. Again, if you advertise enough, you'll get customers. I'm sorry, go ahead, Tallulah. You can finish.
Kevin, I had a question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
So, yesterday was International Women's Day.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Right. It's international. Great. Okay. So we all know what that was.
Right.
Now, there were so many women out there posting Happy International Women's Day. It may have been photos of them. It may have been photos of just memes or whatever.
Okay.
Kevin, would you see that? I know you're not this type of guy to react to that kind of content, but would most guys see that as an opportunity to say, Happy International Women's Day, babe. I hope you're having a good day. Or something along those lines, like kind of, really low value behavior to get in there. And that would have been an open opportunity because it was Women's Day.
Yeah, so if we're talking about the average simp, then 110%. 110%. He's using any in that he can possibly have. I think, I back in the day, I would have been that type of guy.
Okay.
But now, dude, like, I looked at the calendar yesterday. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, I didn't even wish anybody a happy International Women's Day. The only thing I did was I made a montage of funny clips I had on my phone of me hooking up with girls. Put up a song beneath it. It was, I think it was like Womanizer by Britney Spears.
Yes.
I sent it to my friends, and we laughed about it. That was what I did for International Women's Day.
Kevin, you're a motherfucker, man. You're a son of a bitch.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Real quick, Kevin, before you go, how old are you, by the way?
25.
25. There we go. Awesome. Kevin, listen, man, thank you very much for calling in and giving us a good laugh, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, I love this show, man. I was watching your Love is Blind breakdown
on
Patreon, man. I'm just learning so much. So thank
you
for that.
Good. Very good, Kevin. Thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for that. I really, no one else in the community is doing that. So,
man.
Real talk on that, man.
I try to fill the market need. I like Kevin. Kevin's a funny dude, man. He's all about Kevin's all about making these girls look stupid. But that was a very good question, Tallulah. You're like, hey, I mean, is that something that you would do? Would you use that to your advantage? Hey, Happy International Women's Day. And he's like, well, yeah, I'll use whatever I have at my disposal. Let's go to Jeremy in Maryland. Jeremy in Maryland. So you've been dating a girl who has a very large social media following. Give us the details on that.
Yeah, so she has like 1.1 million and all. I have really no idea how, like big following and all. Just like constant flood and everything. I'm just like, why are you paying attention to me? I'm just here like, I'm just some dude who occasionally commissions art.
Okay.
And you just feel like, well, number one, I do like you. Number two, you're not like completely obsessed, like, losing your mind over her.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I kind of met her like, okay, who are you?
Let me ask you this.
Like I honestly, go ahead.
Let me ask you this. How long have you been dating her?
Since around October.
Okay, so I was gonna say that it sounds like you've been dating her for a while. Number two, you have actually physically met up with her, because a lot of guys say, I've been dating this girl, and it turns out to be like an online type girlfriend. Is that one of these situations or no?
No, I actually did meet her in real life.
Okay, perfect.
I go to a lot of anime conventions, so that's how I tend to bounce around a lot.
Okay, and did you meet her at the anime convention, or did you just meet her online?
Originally online, we were going to the same convention. I met her through a mutual friend, and then we just kind of hit it off right there.
Okay, Tallulah, do you have any questions for Jeremy before we help him solve this problem?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty simple way to help him solve it, but I do want to find out a bit more conversation, a bit more informational conversation. How often do you see her?
Oh, good question.
In person?
Pretty regularly. Mostly on the weekends, just because I'm really busy during the week.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to clarify that.
Gotcha. I like that.
I know how you, just on the online thing. Okay. Should I chime in on this, Donovan?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's do it.
It's me or the social media. That's all you need to say.
There it is.
But don't say it in that way. Don't say it aggressively. Just say, like Donovan always says, and Richard Cooper and the rest of them, that say, look, I'm not into it. I don't date girls that are on social media. Either, you're in or you're out. And if she truly loves and adores and respects you and has real desire for you and respect for you, she might get a little bit antsy about it, but it will be gone.
Let me ask you this, Jeremy. How serious are you two? Are you guys just dating at this point? Are you guys just seeing each other? Is there a title, or are you guys just kind of casual?
Like, I hate to say that's kind of casual. Like, it just hasn't really been that long because it's only been about, again, 5-ish months. So there's no real title, but just she actually calls me first and things like that, and that's why I was super weirded out because I'm used to always reaching out to my girlfriends instead of them actually calling me. Mainly because, as I was telling the interviewer, she has a lot of real family issues and things like that she can't really discuss with her fans, just because they have to keep things very light and cutesy. Oh no, I saw an ant or a bird flew into my living room and it scared me. Instead of my grandfather has prostate cancer, and I don't know how to process that.
Wow. So, so if I were to ask her, Jeremy, hey, is Jeremy your boyfriend? What would she tell us? Would she tell us yes or no?
She probably asked, how do you know Jeremy? Because I'm a complete nobody.
Well, let's just assume that I was your friend, right? Let's assume that I was your friend, and I go to her and I'd be like, "Hey, you and Jeremy you guys been kind of kicking it for a little while. Is Jeremy your boy? Are you Jeremy's girlfriend? Are you? I mean, what's going on with that? What would she tell me?"
I've had to be completely honest. Probably what do you mean? I don't know what Jeremy. Do you mean Jeremy from 7th grade?
So what are your intentions here with this girl? Are you trying to, is this a potential relationship, or is this just going to stay casual?
I want to say this is a potential relationship outside of just the more social media things, because she's been pretty upfront about it. Hey, this is what I do. I got this huge following, and at times I really want to get away from it. I just want to be, a normal person who can just walk in Walmart, buy some oranges, and leave without somebody asking, "Hey, are you XYZ?"
Does this woman get recognized in public? Because 1 million followers, that's a lot of people, man. Because listen, I'm just shy of 130,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I get recognized everywhere I go. Dude, I get recognized at restaurants. I've been recognized at the airport 2 or 3 times. I was out in Reno last year. Some kid out in the parking lot recognized us. Does she get recognized in public that often, that's a very... So does she get recognized in public, yes or no? And if so, how much?
Yes, and not as much, because she is an artist, less than a model in quotes.
Oh boy.
So
okay. Artist. Okay. Hold on. Let me stop you right there, Jeremy. So she's a quote unquote artist, not necessarily a model. She shows her body on Instagram. Am I wrong?
Surprisingly enough, no, does not really show her body as much as she again, draws anime stuff and things like that.
So her following is because of her anime and not because of her body.
Yes, although she is quite attractive and everything and has occasionally posted pictures of herself, but it's like 20 art pieces, one selfie. 30 art pieces, one body pic type deal.
What do you hope to accomplish? I'm going to ask you two questions. What do you hope to accomplish, and what question would you like for me to answer about your situation?
Just how do you see this kind of going and all? Because I don't see her the same as like an OnlyFans or Instagram girl. Granted, she is on Instagram. And I'm kind of weirded out because I understand that having a large following can be stressful, but it's how she pays the bills. And again, I don't feel like she's getting as much attention as it's more like, yeah, I love Naruto and stuff. Like I'm like looking at the comments and things. I occasionally do that now.
Here's a question for you. Listen. Here's
over her more simping over the art.
Right. Here's a question. Here's a question for you. Michael Brandon wants to know: is she a streamer or a cosplayer?
I think she does both.
Okay.
But almost exclusively art.
Okay. She belongs to the streets, Jeremy. And let me ask you another question. How old are you? How old is she?
I'm 25. She is 24. No, she's also 25. She's
okay. So you're both. So you're around the same age. Do you want a relationship with her, and does she want a relationship with you?
She does say she wants a relationship with me. She, again, calls me first.
How do you know? Has she told you this?
Still very not used to. Yeah.
Okay, and what's the holdup?
Like, I don't know. I still see this whole, like, social media destroys relationships. And I don't know. I did listen to you for a long time. So now actually being in a relationship, I still can't help but, like, scratch that feeling in the back of your head. Like,
so you are
going against everything he was saying.
Okay, so you are in a relationship.
Yes.
Okay, so you're in a relationship.
Won't admit it because
Okay. I just want to. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there are a lot of things that give me pause here, Jeremy. So let me ask you this last question: Why did you call me about your situation? Is there something that doesn't feel right, or what?
I don't know. Just you've given me so much great advice, and it's helped me a lot. So I still kind of want to, I guess, pay respects and still kind of see what you would think and everything.
Well, I'll tell you what. I can tell you what I really think, and I can get Tallulah's. I could get her opinion on this. Would you mind giving me her Instagram?
I would prefer not.
Okay, nope.
Not
That's
in a mean way, but just
no. I understand. You want to keep things. Yeah. I mean, listen, she's got 1 million followers. At this point, there's no need drawing more attention to her. At this point, Jeremy, I got to tell you, and I'll get to Lula's advice on this as well. It sounds like you care about her more than she cares about you, because I can promise you that she's not calling her friends. Hey, there's this guy Jeremy I've been seeing since October. I don't really know what to do. Blah 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 blah. But I will tell you this, Jeremy. And here's another question. Do her Instagram followers know she is in a relationship, yes or no?
No idea.
If you don't know, then her followers absolutely do not know. I'm not saying that your relationship is I'm not saying that your relationship is over, but it's going to be very difficult. And I'll tell you this. Who angled for the relationship first, you or her? Who's the first person that brought up, hey, let's make this official?
Actually, her. I was just more than willing to just kind of kick it and everything, and just like, hey, I actually like your personality and stuff. You want to come over and see me again?
Okay. There was one more slam dunk type question that I could really ask you. Tallulah, any feedback on this?
Yeah, thanks for giving us so much information, Jeremy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so there's a few things going on here. She is definitely one of the types of women that can't be alone. Okay, so she does need to be in a relationship. However, she doesn't have respect for you. And that's not saying that you are not someone to respect, because I'm sure you absolutely are. But she doesn't have any respect for you. She would be posting photos of you if she was proud to be with you, or that Instagram would be gone. This girl sounds like someone that knows that all those followers are not actually ever going to commit to her. In fact, guys that follow Instagram accounts and comment and like and things, girls have no respect for anyway. But no high value man is going to take her seriously. And any high value man that did come in her life and knew about this, he'd either be out of there, he'd be out the door, or he'd say, you are out the door unless this stops, because I'm not okay with it. And that, to a lot of people, especially when they haven't been RP'd, sounds really quite cutthroat, but it's actually just genuine. You know, it's just like, you know, telling your girlfriend not to speak to another guy in the bar. That's it. Or to flirt with another guy. It's exactly the same. What I'm sensing with you as well, Jeremy, is when you were saying, I'm scratching my head because I've been listening to your stuff for a while. It sounds like that you have found this community. You are starting to wake up to the reality of how things are. And when you wake up to the reality of things like that, you are going to be sat there thinking, but hang on a second, I heard this and that makes more sense to me than what is out there in the world saying this makes shaky, this makes sense. You know, let girls run rings around you, respect women even though they don't respect you. Get controlled by us, the media, whatever way you want to go, but then you're still here, you know, finding, I'm guessing, some sort of clarity and comfort with Donovan's show here, because this is obviously bothering you, and it absolutely should. That's the thing. You're in the right place. It absolutely should be bothering you, and I'm just grateful that you're here and that you're able to listen to someone like Donovan. But yeah, I mean,
and it's good, Tallulah, that he found this community so young. Listen, you're only 25 years old, Jeremy, so congratulations. So when she asked you, hey, should we have a relationship, did you, when she asked you, hey, should we be in a relationship, my guess is that you told her yes the very first time, correct?
Yeah, I will admit.
And listen, you're only 25, man. You're not gonna, dude, I was committing to hoes when I was 35, and I was red pill aware as all get out. So in the future, because it sounds like you have pretty good game to be able to get the attention of a woman who has all of those followers and to be able to have sex with her, etc., etc. In the future, Jeremy, if a woman angles for a relationship with you, and she absolutely should. You should never angle first. The very first time she says, hey, let's make this official, put her off the first couple of times. Then when she comes at you the third time, you ask her, and I've talked about this before, you say, okay, you want to be in a relationship with me, I'm going to give you a quick example of what it's like to be in a relationship with me. And she's going to say, okay, let's do it. You say to her, okay, unlock your phone and hand it to me right now. Jeremy, she's not going to do it. I mean, the only way she would really do it is if she really wasn't fucking anybody else. If she does it, at that point you say, okay, that's a start. She's inevitably going to say, okay, that's a start. What else does it take? Well, I'll date women who are on social media, but I will not commit to women who are on social media. I'll date women who travel by themselves, but I will not commit to women who travel by themselves. I will date women who go to bars and clubs, but I will not commit to women who go to bars or clubs. So there you go. Now she'll ask you, Jeremy, are you telling me I can't go to bars or clubs, or that I shouldn't have social media? I'm not telling you anything. I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just letting you know that one of the prerequisites for my commitment, my express commitment, is not being on social media. If you're not on social media, then you have a chance. Now, let me ask you one last question, Jeremy. Are you bothered by the fact that she does have social media with a big following? Because that's one question I forgot to ask you. You might be okay with her having social media, and I might not know it. So what's your stance on that?
Again, she's an artist and everything. So, like, how she makes money is through commissions and through social media. That's the only reason I'm a little bit more tolerant of it per se, because some of these commissions are coming in like almost like $1,300 each.
Okay.
And I've watched her just sit down and just absolutely hammer it out in like 3 hours while like casually talking to us as well, like watching something on TV and all.
So what she's going to do,
like,
Jeremy,
so
what she's going to do, Jeremy, is when you do this, if you're in that same scenario, what you're going to do is she'll be like, well, I mean, I would love for you to commit to me, but I use social media to make money. Do you know what your response is? Well, then you have a decision to make. You can either be in a relationship with me or you can be on social media, but unfortunately for you, I can't have both. Oh my God, you're such a fucking asshole. This is how I make my money, blah, 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 blah. I mean, listen, these are my requirements, and I am not going to compromise on my requirements. Tallulah, any last words on this particular situation before we go to Apollo in Pittsburgh and Bad Wrench Entertainment in Minnesota?
No last words.
Okay, very good. Jeremy, any closing thoughts before we let you go?
I don't know. I do really like this girl.
Okay.
I do love your channel and everything. You guys have been just great to me with like a lot of helpful information.
Okay.
I just feel like it's different because it's less she's showing off her body and doing OnlyFans. It's just I'm just an artist and I do commission work. It feels different, but still like very off. And I just can't quite put my finger on it.
Well, here's the thing. You're old enough to figure this out. The reason it feels different is because you actually like her. You have feelings for her. There's nothing wrong with that. The more time you spend with someone, you're going to catch feelings. You're going to catch feelings for people that you spend time with. But the reason why you feel like something is off is because you understand that women on social media are getting hollered at all the time. This is why it bothers you. So while you might not think it bothers you, I can tell you it most certainly does. So the good news is that, hey, you're going to be in for an interesting relationship. The bad news is that at some point, Jeremy, your relationship is going to end. This is necessary. You're going to have to get your heart broken. And by the way, does she have OnlyFans as well? Because I don't think I got that as well.
I don't believe so. It's just almost exclusively Twitter, Instagram.
Okay. Exclusively Twitter, Instagram. She's attractive. Her audience knows she's attractive. Listen, as much as you like this girl, listen, I could be wrong, but I doubt it. This is why I do what I do. So what's going to happen, what's going to end up happening is that Instagram is going to be the reason why your girlfriend ends up breaking up with you, because I can promise you this: girls don't break up with guys. They end up either just cheating their way out of relationships. Listen, Jeremy, good luck to you, and give us a call back if you have any other questions, man.
All right. Thank you so much, Donovan.
No problem.
You have a great day now.
Absolutely. You too. And listen, shout out to Jeremy, man. He was open and honest about certain things. But Tallulah, and I don't want to be Mr. Relationship Downer. And, oh, my God, she belongs to the streets and everything is blah, 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 blah. I mean, look, man, I call him like I see him. And just based on what he told me, especially without having her Instagram, this does not sound like a good situation. What say you, Miss Johnson?
It doesn't sound like a good situation.
And he sounds like a good guy, right? Sounds like a nice guy.
He does. And he's still so young, so I have high hopes for him in about 5 years' time for sure.
Jeremy, you still there? Oh, wait a minute. I cut him off there. Sorry about that. Yeah, I agree with you, Tallulah, and I hope, and it's funny, we say all the time, man, I hope it doesn't break his heart. This is necessary. A guy like me, the reason why I am so adept at understanding, and we're going to go to Apollo in Pittsburgh, Bad Wrench Entertainment after that, the reason I'm so adept at recognizing female behavior that is not conducive to a good relationship, the reason for that is because I've been through what Jeremy has been through. I've dated attractive women who have cheated on me post red pill awareness. Dude, I dated 6 strippers. They all cheated on me. So I had to tell myself, you know what, Tallulah, guess what? It's time to stop dating strippers if I want to quit getting my heart broken. Lord Help in the chat says, Tallulah, you are so beautiful. And he gives you the kissy face emoji. Yes, Tallulah is very, very attractive. Looking good as always. Okay, let us go to Apollo in Pittsburgh. Apollo, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
All right, Donovan, how you doing? Tallulah, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Okay, good.
By the way, let me give Apollo the proper entrance. I live vicariously through Apollo. I'm out of the game. Apollo and I think are right around the same age. I'm out of the game. Apollo's still in the game. So I like hearing his stories because he does what I don't have time to do. So there you go. What's on your mind, man?
But I wanted to call up with this because this led perfectly was one of the biggest reasons why my marriage, which I've talked to you about, broke up is because, it first started with my ex, because I'm your age, 44.
Right.
And we go back to MySpace.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Yeah, right. First got on there, I remember, because I had done it in college, and she never went to college, so I kind of got that, using MySpace, Facebook out of my system at a younger age, and she didn't until we were married.
Oh.
And, of course, one of her girlfriends, single girlfriend, was like, oh, you should get on there and post. So she did, and at first, I didn't pay any attention to it. And then one day I was like, oh, I want to see her page. And her page said single.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding? So let me get this straight, Apollo. You're married to this woman. Her single friend says, hey, you should get on MySpace, Facebook, whatever. And you get on there and see it. And even though she's married to you, it said single?
Yes.
Oh, my God, dude. You got to be freaking kidding me, dude. Holy God. Okay, so what happened after that?
So, of course, I confront her about it. Oh, well, my friend started it. She just put that, so, of course, she changes it.
Oh, my God.
And it's like, okay, I'm thinking, hey, not knowing what I know now, like, okay, give it benefit of doubt. Whatever her friend did help her, hey, it happens. So, months later, of course, you're just like, check it out again. It's back to single. It's like, okay, one time's an accident, twice is a trend.
That's right. I love Apollo, and it's so funny. I don't mean to cut you off here, but it's so funny, Apollo. We hear this all the time, and these bitches think we believe it. My friend created my my Tinder account. My friend created my OnlyFans or my MySpace account. Do women still think that we believe that? Well, the reason you're on here is because your friend created this account. Like, how stupid do they think we really are?
I still hear it. I'm out here dating, and they're still, oh, I was bored. My friends figured they created an account to get on here. So I hear it all
Unbelievable.
the time.
Unbelievable. So what was the eventual end of your relationship with your now ex-wife?
One of the big things was that, from my MySpace to Facebook, getting on there, and then obviously talking to guys, having interactions. Of course, me, going into her inbox, seeing all these inappropriate either pictures, messages, texts, talking about meetup. And I admit, I cheated, she cheated, but a lot of it with her was because of that. And then even when we were in marriage counseling going to fix it, one of the things I did say was like, if we can fix this, would you be willing to give up Facebook?
Uh-oh.
And it was like I shot her dog when I said that.
Oh,
How
no.
dare you say that? And she said the same thing you said earlier about, well, how am I going to keep in touch with family and friends? I'm like, you got a cell phone.
There it is.
Their numbers.
There it is. There it is. That's exactly right. Wow, Tallulah, what are your thoughts on Apollo's? And by the way, this story does have a happy ending because Apollo, if I'm not mistaken, your ex-wife is still trying to get at you, isn't it?
Yes.
Very good. I just wanted everyone to make sure that Apollo won out in the end. Tallulah, your thoughts on Apollo's situation?
Yeah. That whole thing, my friend made my account. That is like,
dude. Come on.
You know what? That's such a quick off the tongue thing that you can say as a woman to lie. That literally would be my first thing that I would think of, like if I was under pressure for something. Oh, my friend made it. Like straight away defer it from me and then turn it into something. So yeah, that is absolutely a lie. And you did the right thing, and you're better off out of there. Like, I think Jay Blaze has just written in the chat, like, validation is a drug for women.
Yes.
He could have had it more right.
That's exactly right.
Truth.
Facts. Apollo, I'll give you the last word, man. Actually, I'll give you the last word and answer this question. Do you believe that social media destroys relationships? Yes or no, and why?
I absolutely does, because if there's any indication that someone is going to cheat, both man or woman, social media, I think, opens the door even further, kicks it open
Yep.
to give you the options to do so.
Wow. And as we all know, women who are women are very impulsive. Like Jay Blaze said, validation is a drug, and women value validation from random men rather than validation from the man that loves them the most. It's sad to see. Apollo, thanks as always for calling in, man.
All right, appreciate it. And I just wanted to say one thing real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll never forget the look on her face when I asked her to get rid of her Facebook. Like I said, that was priceless, and that let me know going forward, as you said, the attention that she was thinking about, how could I give this up, was like, cutting off her hair.
Yeah, man, Jesus Christ. And the reason why she reacted that way is because you were essentially asking her to stop trolling for other men. Hey, listen, if this is only going to work out if you close the door for any possibilities of infidelity. Oh my God, how dare you? Wait a minute. So you want to engage in behaviors that are conducive to cheating? Yeah, no thank you.
Right.
Apollo in Pittsburgh, thank you very much for calling in, man. We appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Donovan. Thanks, the Lord. You guys have a good one.
Take care. Apollo and Pitts, man, I'm gonna tell you what, dude. Yeah, Apollo, and we're gonna go to Bad Ranch Entertainment here next, coming up in Minnesota. Yeah, dude, it's amazing, Tallulah, how women really and truly, how can you, listen, you're a woman, how could you as a woman in good conscience tell your husband, hey, if this is going to work out, then it's gonna have to, I still need Facebook. Why do women think that they can get away with this? I just don't understand it. Or is it just a man problem?
Do you know what? I was thinking about this through all of our callers. It's the unfortunate thing is there's not enough men out there, and women, but I'm going to get to that, with men saying, I don't want you to have Instagram or Facebook, because you'll have 10 men behind him going, you're a misogynist.
Yes.
That's the problem. And then you'll have all those guys' girlfriends saying, oh, like he's insecure, which is absolutely not the truth. And from the women's side of things, there's barely any women apart from the women on our panel.
Right.
And I'm sure there's others out there, many others out there, but we need to find them that will adhere to that and will say, absolutely not. It won't even be that they, obey their partner as such. It's the fact they don't want Instagram or Facebook because they only want to get validation from him. They are doing everything in the home with his await to come home, not for any other reason.
Jesus
If that
Christ.
makes sense.
No, that makes dude, listen, that makes absolute perfect sense. What it really comes down to is if a woman values attention and validation from other men more than the man who loves her, who appears to love her the most, then she absolutely belongs to the streets. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, the thing is they don't respect any of the attention they actually get.
No! It just doesn't. Tallulah, what sense does that make? You don't respect the attention, yet you're going to put your relationship at risk for attention that you don't really care about. Make that make sense.
Yeah, I don't get that. And I think women just aren't sitting and thinking about this enough.
God almighty.
And there's too many guys. Like, I think Team Peterson with a Donovan picture is written in this, too many beta orbiters.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
These guys are dangerous. These guys are worse than incels.
Yes, they are.
Male feminists. They are just, the more that they think I will just follow women, I will become a woman, basically, is just enforcing these problems to on-go. Something's got to give.
Yeah, I agree. Something's got to give. All right, I'll read these super chats and we'll get to our last call. Tushar Moore, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, with the 100 rupee super chat, says, hi, Don, I love your content. Been following you for a few months. Says, thumbnail, both looking good. Planning to have any babies soon? Just curious. No, we are not having. Dude, I'm 44. Devin is 45. We will not, cannot, are not having babies ever. We have a lot of animals. Those are our children. Bryce Friday, $5 says, if a woman flaunts her relationship on social media, does it demonstrate her insecurities, weakness of the relationship, or both? Stay ninja, Donovan. What are your thoughts on that? So she flaunts a relationship on social media. In your opinion, Tallulah, does this demonstrate her insecurities or weakness of the relationship, or both? That's kind of a weird question. What do you think?
Probably both.
Okay.
But often the girls that are flaunting the most, often there's no father around.
Yep. Oh, okay. Well, that's a mic drop there on Tallulah's end. Succinct and to the point. Bad Wrench Entertainment in Minnesota. You are on live with Donovan and Tallulah. What you got?
Hey, Donovan. It's been a long minute.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm able to call in.
Good.
Hi, Tallulah. It's good talking to you for the first time. So what I wanted to bring up as the first comment here is traditional relationships have been absolutely decimated and or completely destroyed by social media.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm giving that is because a woman's currency is attention.
Yes.
And now attention is at her fingertips. And it's on every app, everything that she can grab within seconds. And it absolutely decimates the chance of anyone having an actual committed relationship with a woman if she's not willing to let that go.
Wow. It's almost like I would actually compare it, BWE, to crack. And thankfully for me, I've never done crack before. Ed Lattimore has done crack before, and he describes the high like nothing he's ever felt before, but it only lasts for a few seconds, 15, 20 seconds at the very most. But it's even though the feeling is fleeting, it's addictive. They have to do it again and again and again, and at some point you have to do more and more of it to get the same effect. Do you think that social media is almost like crack for women?
Absolutely. It's
wow.
a straight up drug. It's something that once they get that taste, they can't let it go. And that's why they hold on so tightly. That's why even bringing the conversation up, it's always met with, misogyny and all the other terms that we are very aware of here in RP.
Oh, of course.
And it's because of that reason.
Unbelievable. Wow. Tallulah, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I love what's been shared. And it's not only the validation that women are getting from guys, it's validation from things in general. Like a woman can post up photos of her and her children, or just photos of her children, whatever it be. And she can have all her girlfriends liking, commenting, oh, babe, you look gorgeous, you look gorgeous. That's all you'll hear, right? You'll see on these photos that are actually family photos. Oh, you look amazing. You look this, you look that, right? And it's coming in from that as well as from guys, and this is the thing. It is a crack cycle, not only for women, for guys as well. A lot of guys, they will, it's a natural human response. I'm sure, Donovan, I mean, you probably get messages every day, people thanking you for your content.
Yeah, sure.
There is going to be some kind of, fulfillment from that, but not when it's done in a completely inappropriate way.
Right.
And
right.
Back in the day, back in the day where before things were destroyed in the 50s, in the 40s, before even MySpace was out, because that was my era, was MySpace, is that none of this would get in the way of anything, and none of these crazy messages would get into women's heads. And the thing is then women would meet a guy and they would get their validation feed, their crack feed from that guy.
Yes.
And they would get fulfillment over making a meal for him at the end of the day and him saying, I really love that meal. Can we have that again? That is 10 times more powerful coming from a man that is the only man in her life that she values, loves, and respects, often sometimes the father of the kids, whatever.
Yes.
Than a hit on social media of someone liking a photo. I can't quite understand it, but this is how things have changed.
Anything to add to that?
Yep. What I would add to that is, Okay, I'll go ahead and spill some sauce on myself here.
Let's do it.
I've been married for 8 years. I've been married for 8 years, and when I started out, even just dating my wife, I flat out told her, these are my requirements.
Okay.
Because I had been in relationships where I had been cheated on. I had dealt with, women having social media, and they were literally addicted to it. They couldn't put the phone down to even look at me.
Right.
And I flat out told her, I said, this is the requirements for you being with me. Number 1, social media cannot happen. Period.
Right.
Number 2, I don't date women who go to bars and clubs.
That's right.
If you're going to put yourself in that environment, you are not my girlfriend. And she really took that to heart. And one thing that men really need to look at, if you're dating a woman, she needs to add value to your life immediately.
That's right.
If you have sex with her, she needs to be adding value. And if she doesn't, you need to check out.
Woo, wow.
Can I just add something on that? That's it.
Yeah,
He's
of course.
going like even more deeper than just the social media thing. A lot of you've probably seen my channel, but the most recent video that I've done is talking about, here are 10 things that you can do to keep a high value man. And these are things that are not only going to enhance her life, but, obviously keep this man around. And in there is obviously, delete social media. But,
right, of course.
This is the thing, anyway, I've lost my train of thought.
That's
Carry
okay.
on.
That's quite all right. Your last thoughts, BW. I give you the last word, man.
I guess my last thoughts on this was, men stay vigilant.
Yes.
We're in this RP community for a reason, and it's here to teach us, don't fall asleep at the wheel. The minute you fall asleep at the wheel, you're going to get ran over.
That's right.
And just because you get in that relationship and she doesn't have social media, the minute you allow that behavior to happen, you've already lost control.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, very good. Thank you very much for calling, Bad Wrench Entertainment. That was, man, he dropped the straight fire. Somebody in the chat, I forget who it was, says, I wouldn't date a man who's on social media. Yeah, to that I say, hold on. Stop the cap. Of course you would date a man. You would not date a man who wasn't on social media, because women use social media to vet men all the time. See, what women try to do here is they try to lead people to believe that they actually believe that men and women are the same. Men and women are not the same. Any woman, I would assume that's a woman who says, I won't date a man who's on social media. That's just a woman who's trying to enforce the same boundaries and standards on men as high-value men enforce on women. We are not the same. So you can sit here and tell us that you wouldn't date a man who's on social media, but you do all the time. As a matter of fact, if you're a certain age, you've never dated a guy who is not on social media. You can get out of here with that. Nalani says, in the chat says, what is adding value to a man? Tallulah, I will allow you to answer that.
Yeah, check out my new video, but there's things you can do, such as, making sure that he is catered for. Make the secret of it is make him happy, make his life better and easier while you're in it. So let him continue on his purpose in his world, whether that be his career, his friends, his traveling, whatever that may be. And you are there to uplift him in that, and he will want to keep you around. Donovan, what do you think?
No, I agree 100%. Any woman who is going to be in your life needs to add value. And just like Tallulah said, adding value to a man's life means making his life easier, more convenient, helping him out with his endeavors, things of that nature. And I'm not trying to be mean-spirited to Nalani, but hopefully you're young, because any woman who said, well, how do I add value to a man? That, to me, that's bad. I mean, at that point, that does not give me much hope, because if you don't know how to add value to a man's life, then you've got a long way to go. It takes a lot more than just PTA to keep men around. That is absolutely for sure. Somebody in the chat, this is actually a very good transitional question that we can end this on here. He says, how do we follow her? She sounds like she has great content. Yes. Tell the people where they can find you, Tallulah.
Thank you. You can find me at my channel. It's The Feminine Truth. That's The Feminine Truth. That's my YouTube. And I have now got a social media account.
Yes!
You will not find any photographs of me.
Oh, no.
They are simply quick clips from the channel. And any women on the chat now, please come and be part of my community. We love, we nurture, we love our women. This is where it's at. So the Twitter is Feminine Truths. That's Feminine Truths. Do send over questions or any video ideas that you have. And the Instagram is The Feminine Truth.
Perfect. Listen, Tallulah, great job as usual. I'm glad we were able to do phone calls because I haven't done phone calls in a while. I remember the first time we did phone calls, we had much the same success as we did today. So many thanks. Pardon me. Many thanks to everyone who called in today. That is going to do it for this edition of Tea with Tallulah. We will see you guys next time. Take care.